Hi there, do you love to change up scrapbooking workshops? I do. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I'm going to add more flair and more photos to the Everyday You and Me scrapbooking kit. Let's head over to my table and we'll take a look at it together. Let's start from the beginning, or should I say the end. This is what I have left from the pieces that I've used to create my own workshop. Now, I love these workshops and I'm super excited that Stampin' Up! Is offering really great guides to help you scrapbook. So this is meant for beginners, intermediate, anybody who is looking for ways to save your paper because they show you how to cut it, and they really help you with great designs so you don't have to overthink everything. You can just sit down and enjoy the art of putting these workshops together. Now, I'm one of those people that loves to create and change it up, so let me show you how I changed up layout number 1 for this kit. Let's take a look at layout number 1 and the changes that I made to make it my very own. This is the first layout here, and this is how I decided to utilize this paper. Now, I did add one additional photo. If you count the photos here, I have one extra photo. And I also brought in this bracket. This bracket is part of the kit. It is a cutout, and I decided to cut it and make it go across both pages. There's a smaller piece here and a larger piece on this side. Now, I really like the way that this turned out, and this paper right here is, again, a specialty paper from the kit. Let me show you some of the complementary items I brought in to bring in a little bit more flair to this workshop. The first thing I did is I brought in crumb cake, and all of the pieces here are ink distress using crumb cake ink. I also brought in the decal circles that you see here. This die is no longer available, but if you want to get something similar, the round it all die is available and they are just as big. So what I like about bringing in some dies is that you can ground certain elements, and you'll see that throughout my workshop. The other thing that I brought in was the textured florals. I actually use the dies, and the reason why I use them, do you see them here? I felt that they really matched this in the pattern paper. So I only use the die, and I basically use two of the pieces. I use this one here and this one. So that again is being used throughout the workshop. And lastly, I brought in these ones here are my favorite. They're great to embellish anything. So you've got these stylish shapes, and you can see that I've got some little pennants here. And again, I'll point them out as I show you the next two layouts. But this is how layout number 1 turned out, and I really, really like it. Let's take a look at layout number 2 and the changes that I made. So this is layout number 2 from the kit. And I guess the primary reason why I changed it is because I wasn't too keen on this floral print. It is pretty, but I don't know, it wasn't speaking to me. So I decided to change things up, and I'm going to use this paper here as my floral if you want. And I love the way it turned out. I love that we have extra sheets of pattern paper. This is part of the kit, so you only get this sheet from the kit. And I did sprinkle all of the die cuts and the stickers just to suit this layout here. Let me point out a few things on this layout. I did use those die cut flowers, and they're sprinkled here on this page. These were meant for project number 3, and you have 3 flowers here, but I decided to cut them up, add them to my clusters. I find that it gave it a really nice look, and then I used the big one right here to really ground my title. Another thing I wanted to point out was how I decided to do my journaling. This is actually a piece of cardstock. It is 8.5 by 11, so it was easy for me to put it into my printer. I then cut it down to 4 inches, and I was able to add it here. Although it's a little bit shy, from 12-inch, when you add your photo right here at the bottom, you can't tell. I felt that by using an 8.5 by 11, I was able to feed it through my printer, and it was much easier to align where I wanted to print out my journaling for this layout. Let's take a look at layout number 3 together. And one of the primary reasons why I changed up this layout is because I had already used the bracket for this project, and I felt that this paper here, which is kind of like an ombre look, wasn't utilized in this workshop. You do have it a little bit on this page here, but I just wanted to see more of it because I do feel that this was my favorite sheet in the entire pack. So what I did for this layout here is, of course, if you look here, you've got one large photo. So you've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 photos. And here I have 3 and 4, so 7. So definitely I was able to document more photos. And I want to point out here again that I brought in the circles. So this is from the circle die. There's one here, and I'm going to show you that when I reveal the completed layout. I did bring in some ribbon just to add a little bit of ribbon to this tag, and I tied it up with the twine. I think that that looks really great. And you can see that I added those really pretty die cuts from that textured floral set, and I have my circles here and there. For my journaling, and this took me, 3, maybe 4 tries to space out everything so that it would actually be legible. It took me a few tries, I have to say, but I did use one of those clear ivory labels, and I think that it looks really good. I had a lot to say, and I didn't feel that I could write it all in. So if you have a really small handwriting, it'd probably be easier for you just to handwrite your journaling, but I really love the way that this turned out. I have this title here that looks great. You've got the you and me, and you would definitely have to move it on top of your photo, so you have to be mindful when you pick your photos. So let's take a look at these layouts with photos. Are you ready for the final reveal? I wanted to show you these layouts without photos so that you could look at the paper collection, because it is very versatile and it can be adapted to any event or any theme. Now I'm going to bring back my layouts, and I'm going to show you what I did with my photos, and I also did custom titles. Let's take a look at layout number 1. Now that I've revealed the photos, I'll reveal the title in just 1 second. I love the way these colors are really highlighting my photos. This is a popular tourist attraction in Aruba. It is the California Lighthouse, and if you want to brave all the way to the top, you're going to have to climb 117 steps. So my husband and I went up. This is me up at the lighthouse, and this is my friend here at the bottom. So I thought that that was cute, and it's going to make for a really nice flip-flap addition to this layout. Now let's take a look at my custom title. Let me bring this closer. I love how it turned out. This was done on my Cricut, and you know what? Both of my friends, Erin and Jema, did a full tutorial on how to do these types of titles. I will link both of those videos down in the description box below if you want to customize your title. But don't forget, this workshop does come with nice titles that are already good to go, and you can just add those as well. But I really wanted to do a custom title for this page, and I love the way it turned out. I added those really cute banners here again, and I can't tell you how happy I am with this layout. Let's take a look at layout number 2 and how it looks with photos. I love the way these photos turned out. And again, I love how this paper collection is really highlighting all of these photos. Remember when I was talking about this piece, this was an 8.5 by 11. I was able to add my journaling. When you add your photo at the bottom, it grounds everything and it makes up the difference because this is only an 11 piece of cardstock. This little guy here was following me around, and I guess he thought I had treats in my pockets because he was so friendly. Did you know that donkeys are really friendly? Or I don't know, maybe they're just looking for food. But this was a really fun outing, and I love the way that these photos look on this page. Let's take a look at layout number 3. And if you're in Canada and you go south, I don't have to explain to you how wonderful it is to hit the beach and just see the sun. I hadn't seen the sun in weeks, and I can tell you that Aruba is sunny every day. It also rains every day, and people might say, no, it doesn't. It does for 5 minutes, and then everything dries off. So we had a fun time at the beach. I believe this was day 1, but we went at the beach every day. So you've got your photos here and you've got these really nice circle. Let's reveal my custom title. So here is my custom title, nothing fancy, day at the beach. Let me show you nice and close. And again, if you want to learn how to create your very own, I will link 2 videos for you in the description box. And this one here actually had a little bit more to say than what was allowing me to print on this piece here. So I actually printed some of my journaling on the photos. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but it's a good use of all of that sand in the photo and add just a little bit of journaling here and there. This paper right here is probably my favorite sheet out of all of the paper, and you would think that I would have used it on the entire layout, but introducing a break-in pattern really highlights how pretty this is. So what do you think of this workshop? Do you love the original, or are you going to try your hand at this redesign workshop? If you're interested in this workshop and you want to get it for free, you simply need to place an $80 order on my website and I will send you your very own copy. Did you know that my very good friend Chelsea and I create these types of workshop every single month? They are extremely detailed, and you know what? We've had a lot of positive feedback from both our customers and our team members. If you are outside of Canada, you can purchase the workshop guide. It is a digital download. Again, I will add that information down below. Well, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.